Before we get to that, make sure y'all get to our channel, Hooly TV. Like, subscribe, share, promote. It's free, man. It don't cost y'all a thing, man. It's free 99, man. But yeah,
definitely hit that like button
for sure. For sure,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Definitely hit that subscribe button, share, and tell your people about it.
Yeah.
Blunt Honesty Podcast. Hooligan gang, bang, bang. Man, it's Big Seif. Main objective is to get cheese, man. We now rocking with raw talent. Throw them to the wolves. So, I was requested to give a prediction blog, so I definitely want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody on the card. Another dope card. On this one, something I didn't know, but I was made aware of. It's actually sponsored and put together by EA Pounds, so definitely shout out. You know what I'm saying? The EA Pounds. Definitely got to shout out Raw Talent, shout out Cash, shout out the whole OBA. You know what I'm saying? Putting together another dope event. This one's going to be hosted by 511 or Jay Misha, a.k.a. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, you know what I mean? But then also, you know what I'm saying? You got Mr. Mills in the building. You know what I'm saying? So, definitely salute. You want to pull up. It's going to be, I believe, the 22nd on Michigan Road, 5860 Michigan Road at the Midwest League Studio. So definitely pull up and enjoy some fire battles. Now let's get right into it. We got the first battle of the event is going to be Hardbody Vega versus Skully Bands. I don't know if that's a 1-rounder or a 3-rounder. Sorry. And to be honest, sorry about that. To be honest, Hardbody Vega, I had seen him a few times. I want to say he's from Chicago. Excuse me if I am wrong, but I want to say he kind of battles in that circuit typically. Skully Bands, I have seen him a couple times as well. I believe the last time I seen him, he kind of cooked. So I am eager to kind of see what he does on this, you know what I'm saying, return to the ring on Raw Talent. I would say if on a 1-rounder, I am going to lean towards Skully Bands. I do believe, now you can correct me if I'm wrong, I do believe typically Hardbody Vega has a dope aggression and a dope rejection and or performance. And that can carry him to a W. But I believe the last time that I seen Skully Bands, he kind of put it all together. So if it's that same level for Skully Bands, he might be able to take this W. Now, it's really a debatable battle, but we'll see what happens on November 22nd. So it's really a toss-up, but I'm going to just edge Skully Bands. All right. Second battle, we got Ruthless versus Shiesty Foe. You know what I'm saying? That's a dope battle. I feel like this battle has been long in the making. This battle has been long in the making. Like, man, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, even before this battle, you know what I'm saying, there was that one battle where Ruthless was on the roof. He wasn't on the roof, but you know what I'm saying, he was kind of like on the balcony. And Shiesty was battling somebody, and Shiesty threw a couple shots at him. Ooh, it was cold, you know what I'm saying? Shook the room. I feel like that was like 2-3 years ago. So they had some back and forth, you know what I'm saying, prior to this whole situation. But, I damn near feel like they was booked before too. But don't get me, you know what I mean? Either or, this is going to be a dope battle. Shiesty has been on a crazy run lately. He's been tearing up shit in Chicago, in the greater Midwest, and all over. Every time he touches the stage, you know what I'm saying, it's going viral. He's going crazy. I feel like I seen him in Texas going crazy too. Shiesty has been very active. He's been very active, and I feel like since Shiesty came in the league, or came into battle rap, should I say, you've seen that he's showed progression and growth as far as his battle rap skills. You know what I'm saying? When you speak clearly, you don't need to pause things. You know what I'm saying? I made a concise, clear statement there. He's shown progression with his battle rap skills. You know what I'm saying? He's gotten better over time. You know, I feel like at this point, Shiesty has I don't want to say created, although he has created. Shiesty is now in control of knowing how to create a haymaker, to the point where, you know, every battle you can expect, you know what I'm saying, 3, 4, 5 times where he's shaking the building. Now, don't get him into where he's just back to back shaking the building on you, especially in the one round. You know what I'm saying? Now, Ruthless, I feel like Ruthless has a golden pen. You know what I'm saying? The nigga, he puts it together so fire. The thing about Ruthless, though, it's like sometimes he gets caught up in how he's putting it together, to where he didn't put a punch in, or something that's going to really satisfy the viewer who is there live. You know what I'm saying? I feel like his bars are always dope, you know what I'm saying? Especially for a lyricist or somebody who listens to bars, to hear the intricacies that he puts into his rhymes. But sometimes it feels like live at the event, his fire bars fall short because of whether it be preparation, whether it be your projection, whether it be, you know what I'm saying, your energy. And I understand as a battler, you know, sometimes it really just be the energy that you present. You know what I'm saying? If you're going crazy and wild and out of control, everybody else is going to go too, whether you have bars or not. But especially if you got bars and you're going crazy, wild, out of control, they're going to love it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the boy Ruthless, you know what I'm saying, is always dangerous, you know what I'm saying? And any given night, he can get the W. But in order to motivate that man, I'm going to say Shiesty Foe for that W. Shiesty Foe has been on a tear, you know what I'm saying? And it's going to take it prepared. And Ruthless, who's willing to get down and dig deep in them trenches for the W, you know what I mean? So I'm going to say Shiesty Foe right now. Shiesty Foe for that W. So far, we got Skully Bands and we got Shiesty. I'm assuming it's a 1 round. Could be a 3 rounds. If it's a 3 round versus Ruthless, you know, you kind of lean towards Ruthless in 3 rounds. But if it's a 1 rounder, I think Shiesty Foe gonna take that. Now we got another battle, you know what I'm saying, coming up right now, you know what I'm saying, which is actually a dope matchup. We got King Ape versus MBK Smacky. Dope matchup. I like this matchup. I was telling Smacky that, you know what I'm saying, King Ape, seeing how you was working against dude from Chicago, I think Cut East, was it? And you know, he seen it, was like, yeah, I could fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? I fuck Smacky up, you know what I mean? But he's seen you working though. He's seen you working. So in this battle, I feel like, you know, just off the longevity and the names and, you know what I'm saying, the work and, you know what I'm saying, the I don't want to say connections, but you know, Ape Mills and Ape Juan, Ape, everybody love Ape. I love Ape, you know what I'm saying? But I do feel like in this matchup, Smacky would be the underdog. Just off the general, you know what I'm saying, resumes and work that they've exuded thus far. So that being said, Ape, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, earlier this year, it's now November, but Ape had a lot of battles. Forgive me if I'm wrong or incorrect, but I thought that Ape had a bunch of battles kind of earlier in the year. And then as of recently, I haven't seen Ape quite as active. However, we have seen Smacky pretty active here recently, and he's been cooking. You know what I'm saying? Smacky has kind of gotten to a bag where he's rather dangerous. You know what I'm saying? I seen Smacky his last couple battles. Times is a good opponent and a good name. He battled him at home. Well, he battled him in Nap, you know what I'm saying? I believe the same venue that we about to battle on the 22nd at Midwest League. And I feel like Smacky took that battle pretty easily, pretty clear, you know what I'm saying? More that Times really didn't come to his full, you know what I'm saying, his full powers. Times wasn't his 100%, I don't think, but Smacky took care of him and did his shit on him, you know what I'm saying? That's what happens when you come in the ring playing, you know what I'm saying? You mess around and get You know what I mean? So that being said, and then Smacky battled Cut and really was in his fucking bag. You know what I'm saying? That was probably the best Smacky I've ever seen. Looked very dangerous. And we always know, you know what I'm saying, Ape is always going to be dangerous. You know what I'm saying? I always got to throw it in there. I battled Ape twice, you know what I'm saying? In both battles, I don't feel like I necessarily killed Ape or just beat Ape all the way clean, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I necessarily just got my ass whipped, no, in neither battle, you know what I'm saying? I both think they have their own stipulations to them, but, you know what I'm saying, I can't sit here and be like, oh, I definitely won, you know what I'm saying? No, that wasn't the case. I battled the man twice. That being said, Ape is hard to beat. That's what I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? Ape is hard to beat. And I've seen Ape, you know what I'm saying, really cook on many an Indiana nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's not too many people who he haven't battled and or had either, you know, a classic, a timeless battle or, you know what I'm saying, he whoop some ass. So, you know, I do think it is a tall task. You know what I'm saying? I am going to lean on the side of Ape, especially if it's a one-rounder. I do think that Smacky has been on a crazy run. And if Smacky can, you know, stay in that same bag he was versus Cut and take it up a level, you know what I'm saying? That's the way he can win this battle if he goes that route, you know what I'm saying? If he does the same shit he did versus Cut, but just more concise and more polished and you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? One thing niggas got to do if it's a one-rounder, stop rapping 12 minutes in a one-rounder. You know what I'm saying? Because you had 6 fire minutes, and then it'd be like the other 6, 4 of it was mid, 2 of it's trash, and you just dragging it out. You know what I mean? You could have just rapped 6 5 minutes and had a whole, you know what I'm saying, flawless. So, you know what I'm saying? For Smacky versus King Ape, I'm going to say King Ape for the W. So we got King Ape, we got Shiesty Foe, and we got Skully Bangs thus far. Next, we got Granddaddy Purp versus J2. I like this battle. You know, it's dope that that J2 is really battling all the Indiana, you know, vets and or talent. And you know what I'm saying? He could say, you know, why he's doing it. I'm sure each one has their own individual reason and meaning at the time. But truth be told, the nigga done battled Mills. He's battled Grams. He's battled Gucci. He's battled Mills, Grams, Gucci, Seif Daisy. And now he's battling Purp. And I feel like there's one more that I'm forgetting. I don't know who I can forget because every time we battle here, it is a big deal. But either way, you know what I'm saying? If you want to be honest, in those battles, you know, you could say he debatably won them all. You know what I'm saying? Is that my opinion? No. But you could argue that he won all of those battles because he was in all of those battles and performed well in each of those battles. You know, him versus Ape was supposed to go down and they made a big, you know, deal out of that battle like that was going to set it up. And then now they're not battling. I'm sure they probably will battle in the future. But my thing is, why are you battling Purp when you set up a whole event to battle Ape previously and it never went down? But, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you as the main attraction or, you know what I'm saying, the star of J2 is, niggas want to battle you. And shit, you know what I'm saying? This is who they lined up. This is who you finna knock down. You know what I'm saying? No J2 on that. And of course, that's no offense, J2. No, I fuck with the boy. You know what I'm saying? So that being the case, you know what I'm saying? Granddaddy Purp has been on a mission lately. He's been on a mission lately. He's been cooking. And he's been very consistent in his battles. One thing I will say, although I've liked Granddaddy's Purp's bars, I've liked his charisma has been over the top. You know what I'm saying? He's performing his ass off. One thing I can say is his content, so the shit in which he's talking about in these rounds isn't as serious as I like as a battle rap fan. And I'm not saying serious as like, you know what I'm saying, you just gotta, you know, be foaming at the mouth ready to kill a nigga with your aggression. But I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of jokes. It's a lot of like you playing. It's a lot of, you know what I'm saying, if we're in the battle, I'm trying to put my foot on your neck, you know what I'm saying? And his last couple of battles, I do feel like he did good, but I can't say that he just beat their ass. Now his opponents are opponents in which you just don't normally beat their ass. I feel like the one, did he battle QP? I did think he won that battle. I thought that he won that battle. I thought he did good. Now, but there was some instances of just, it wasn't just a clean round. You know what I'm saying? They were stopping. I know the crowd was stopping them and all that. Woo-woo. And then the same thing. The battle was in Muncie, so I feel like he had all the support in the world, and he cooked. I don't know why I forget who his opponent was. I think it was Crash. It was Crash. He cooked, but Crash fought back pretty good. And it was like, I don't know if it was the crowd being home or niggas was drunk or what, but it's like the crowd kind of, they didn't throw him off, but it's like, once again, it wasn't a clean performance. Like, he was just flawless in his execution. There was so many stops. So that being said, you know what I'm saying? I do, in battles where you're going against reputable names, I do feel like, you know what I'm saying, if you're able to be flawless in the battle, that does count and it does make a difference. You know what I'm saying? All the stopping and, you know what I'm saying, all that shit, it counts against you. So that being said, I do feel like the boy J2, he's been cooking, man. I just watched the battle with him versus Chess, as a matter of fact, and he cooked Chess, probably 30 ball. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I do analyze that battle, you know, people were saying it was a 30 before I even watched it. That first round was God tier. You know what I'm saying? He went crazy. The other 2 rounds was all right. You know what I'm saying? Being an analyst of battle rap, the other 2 rounds was all right. He definitely beat Chess and shit. But in saying that, it was a 30 ball versus Chess. So, boy, the Remy got me. Okay, so J2 versus Granddaddy Purp. Man, this is really a toss-up. That's a toss-up battle. Anybody could win that battle. I'm going to lean and say J2's going to win that battle because I've seen J2, he's coming off a Chess W, as where I feel like Granddaddy Purp probably did beat Crash, but it was very highly contested. And finally, we have O Solo versus T-Man. Let me double check, man, make sure. Okay. Once again, we got O Solo versus T-Man. This is a hell of a battle, man. You know, shout out to EA Pounds for helping put it on together. You know what I'm saying? They said it was O Solo birthday. You know what I mean? So, you know, I expect him to cook. It'll be very interesting to see, you know, so this is a battle that's hard to call a winner on because O Solo doesn't necessarily have a style in which he battles to win or lose. But at that same token, neither does T-Man. One thing about this battle, I hope that in T-Man's search for an angle to attack, I hope that he doesn't just go straight to comedy in a way that lessens or cheapens the battle. Not that he would or he has before, but I'm saying in this, I feel like O Solo is O Solo, so whatever he does, whoop-de-doo, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure he's gonna have a viral moment, but at the same time, I don't necessarily know that I want T-Man to not organically be funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're attacking him to win, I don't care what you're doing. You know what I mean? As long as you're attacking him to win. But I do expect this battle to be hella funny. I do expect this battle to have viral moments. I do expect this to be a classic. I do expect everything just to you know, so this is a moment for T-Man. Shit, I think this is gonna be fire. You know what I mean? I'm gonna call that one a toss-up. That one's for the fans. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to EA Pounds. Shout out to Raw Talent. So on the list again, we got O Solo versus T-Man. I feel like that's a debatable battle. You know what I'm saying? We'll see who wants it more. J2 versus Granddaddy Purp. I think J2 gonna get that. Smacky versus King 8. I got King 8. Shiesty Foe versus Ruthless. I got Shiesty Foe. And Hardbody Vega versus Skully Bands. I think Skully Band's gonna take that. Throw him to the Wolves, November 22nd at Midwest League Studios. You know what I'm saying? Blunt Honesty Podcast gonna be in the building. You know what I'm saying? Fuck with your boy. I'm gonna get you on the mic and we're gonna get you on the screen. You know what I'm saying? But past that, Hooligan Gang, bang, bang.